So today is our introductory session. We will kind of give an introduction of how the session is going to go. We'll give you details about what we are going to do. We'll give you details of what is expected from you. We will discuss between you and me, how do we achieve it together. We'll discuss between you and me, how do we achieve it together. So what is the challenge in hand? Challenge in hand is, how do we pass management level case study February 2026 exams in Feb 2026 and complete the management level case study. So you can jump into the strategic level case study then and be a SEMA qualified professional just after the strategic level case study. So the job in our hand is to ensure we pass management level case study in Feb 2026. So what is the game looks like? What is the game looks like? What I am going to do? What is expected from you? How do we work together between you and me to achieve this target and close management level case study in Feb 2026? Now the journey start with the pre-seed. Journey start with the pre-seed. The step number one is for us to be absolutely familiar with the pre-seed. That's the step number one available. Now, you can't be familiar with the pre-seed unless if you are familiar with the industry as well, right? Unless you are familiar with the industry as well. So you got to be familiar with the pre-seed and you got to be familiar with the industry as well. So those are the first two steps that we will be working with you. So these first two steps are called KYP and KYI. KYP, I type them here. KYP stand for Know Your Pre-Seed. KYI stand for Know Your Industry. So we got to learn about both about the pre-seed, and the industry. The reason why we learn about the industry is so we understand the pre-seed better. That is the idea. So what kind of a pre-seed is available for Feb 2026 exam? What kind of pre-seed is available for Feb 2026 exam? This is the pre-seed available for the management level case study for the Feb 2026. Same pre-seed was applicable for November exams as well. Same pre-seed was applicable for November exams as well. And these are very simple case study called reset. These are very simple case study called reset. So if you look at what do they do, I think their business model is fairly simple. Their business model is fairly simple. Their business model is very straightforward. I mean, it's easy for you to understand, not complicated, easy for you to kind of learn about the industry, very familiar industry for all of you all. Resets buys new and used personal computers. We buy new and used personal computers. So personal computers mean desktop, laptop, tabs, right? Desktop, laptop, tabs, new and used personal computers, and related products. So what do you mean by related product? Keyboard is a related product. Mouse is a related product. For resale to individuals, corporates, and public sector customers. So we are buying used and new personal computers. That means used and new laptop, tablets, desktop, and any other related products. Why do we buy it? I mean, what is the main objective of us to buy them? For resale. We are reselling them for resale. Resale to whom? Three categories of people buy products from us: individuals, someone at home for the personal use, corporate. Large corporates are buying used laptops. Public sector customers are buying used laptops. So it depends on the level. Now, in your organization, there are 1,000 employees, 1,000 laptops. Certain levels, we will give them used laptop, but A grade or B grade used laptop. They are not very old. They can be function very well. So we will give them used laptop, but A grade or B grade used laptop, in the sense good used laptops, right? So how do we do the business? Uh, uh, it buys these, so we buy these in bulk and resell at prices that are significantly cheaper than the prices charged by conventional retailers for the latest brand new computers. So our prices are fairly cheap, fairly low compared to a new computer. I think that is obvious in a way. I think that is obvious in a way. Compared to a new laptop or compared to a new desktop, we are fairly cheaper. So therefore, this has become a very very interesting industry, and this has become a very important industry in the business, right? Now, this is in very brief sense, this is what we do. In very brief sense, this is what we do. Very brief sense, this is what we do. So nothing much for you to worry about it, because it is fairly easy for you to understand. It is fairly easy for you to understand. Now, you might be thinking we are very small companies, we must be doing it like you might be thinking this is a second-hand business, we do it as a part-time job. Not really. There are large corporates in the world. There are large corporates in the world who are in this business. There are large corporates in the world who are in this business, right? There are large corporates in the world who are in this business. So would you like to see a large corporate who is doing this? I think you can see on the screen a large corporate who is doing this. I mean, there are many. There are many. I'm just trying to show you one. The name of this company is called Back Market, not black. Not the black as in color, back market. Now, this is not a illegal company or whatever. This is a very legal company, and it's a big business that they do. So there are various different products available. So you can go and select the product that you want. You might, let's say, you go and select a laptop. You go and select a laptop. So if you select a laptop, there are various different options. There are various different categories of laptops available. There are various different categories of laptops available. So you want to buy a MacBook, old ones, huh? These are not new ones. These are not new ones. MacBook, old one. So you see the prices are very, very cheap. So I don't know whether you like to see one of these products. So this is 1,199 is the new one. You can get it at 582. You can get it at 582. You can get it at $582. New one is 1,199. Now, can you see the professionally refurbished sign on the product? Professionally refurbished sign on the product. Can you see that? Professionally refurbished sign. That is to say, it's an old computer, but the IT professionals have refurbished it. Therefore, it's good for use. Therefore, it's good for use. Therefore, it's good for use, right? So you will see the picture. So there is a touch mark here on the product. You will see, but they will show it to you. That is why you are getting it on the screen. Also, there's a small white color line. If you see, right? Yes. So there are slight uh, issues available. It's not a brand new product, but it will serve the purpose. It will serve the purpose. It will serve the purpose. So this is a huge market available globally for you to go and buy the used product. For you to go and buy the used product. Use personal computers. Use personal computers. So there are enough options available for you to select one. So not only personal computers, even the phones are available. iPhones are available at much cheaper prices. iPhones are available at much cheaper prices. So this is the market that we are in. This is the market that we are in. I hope you show the screen, right? You are able to see the screen, right? You are able to see, able to, you saw the screen, right? I was worried that I am trying to show it and you did not see it. So the the business that we are in. That is what is said in the pre-scene. We are buying used compute, used and new. Now, I don't know why they are you look at the pre-scene again. Look at the pre-scene again carefully. They say they buy new and used. They buy new and used. I mean, you can't do both together. No. So when you say new, yes, personal computer is new, but not the latest version. Because we buy from sometimes manufacturers. When the manufacturer introduce a new version, the maybe there's about 5,000 of the old version computer they did not sell. They can't go and put this old 5,000 computers along with the new version. Along with the new version. What do they do? They sell it to companies like us. They are new, but they're not the latest version. They are new, but they're not the latest version. Right? So this is the business that we are in. This is the business that we are in. Right? Now, for a moment, you might think, look here, these other companies must be doing it, third party companies must be doing it. But don't forget one thing, the personal computer manufacturers themselves, do this business. So manufacturers of the personal computers also do this business. Manufacturers of the personal computers also do this business. Now, classic example that I can show, the example that you might not expect to see is nothing else but Apple. So Apple has certified refurbished Apple products for sale. Certified refurbished Apple products for sale. Apple themselves is doing it. So I am trying to show you Apple as an example. All other personal computer manufacturers are doing it. All other personal computer manufacturers are doing it. I am trying to show you the one that you expect least, Apple. So this is, I am on the Apple website. Can you see the website address? Apple.com shop refurbish. Apple.com/shop, that is you buy Apple products /refurbish. That's the website address, right? So these are original Apple company's product, but refurbished products are available. So they are refurbished by Apple, hence they take the responsibility of it. They take the responsibility of it. So when you go in, you will be able to see something like this. Can you see refurbished 13 inches MacBook? Yeah, Apple M4 chip with 10 core CPU and 8 core GPU, $849. The price of a new one is 999. You save 150. You will see gap is smaller here. Here the gap is smaller because these are fairly good Apple refurbished product. These are fairly good Apple refurbished product. They are fairly good Apple. They are not new. Huh? They are not new. They are used, but Apple refurbished. So Apple as a company is taking the responsibility of the product. Apple is taking the responsibility for this product. So I think you will be able to kind of see some photos of it. Can you see some photos of the product? And it is coming from the Apple company itself. It is coming from the Apple company itself. So not only third party companies like back market is doing it, the genuine manufacturers of personal computers are doing it. So this is the industry that we are trying to study. This is the industry that we are trying to study. Of course, what I'm trying to show you is the SEMA pricing. What I'm trying to show you is the SEMA pricing. So they talked about desktop computers, they talked about laptop computers, right? Then they do talked about the tablets, they do talked about monitors, keyboard, printers, scanners, the other products that they were talking about. So this pre-C is a 26-page long pre-C that we needed to go through. But you can't go through it on your own. We don't want you to go through on your own. That is why the KYP becomes important. So this is our KYP, which is the know your pre-seed. You will see they're not very new computers that is available, used computers available, and it's a great market that we are talking about. It's a great market that we are talking about. It's a great business that we are talking about. So this slide will give you an idea about the global refurbished IT market. This I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you, don't worry. This is not a small market available somewhere else in a small city. This is a very official, big, large, very important market that personal computer manufacturers themselves are getting involved. I want to give you the feeling this is not a smaller market. That is why I'm trying to show you large computer manufacturers are doing it, Apple refurbish. And there are companies like Backmarket, those who are doing it as a big business. Now I'm trying to show you the global numbers, the global refurbished electronic market. So these are electronic market. Is about $85 billion. Is about $85 billion. Out of that, 10 billion is refurbished laptops. Uh, Refurbished laptop is 7.7 billion. 7.7 billion. So, my dear friends, this is the business that we are in. My dear friends, this is the business that we are in. This is the business that we are in. We are a company called Reset. We are a private company, privately owned. We are not a public listed company. We are not listed in the stock exchange. So we don't have a share price reporting on daily basis. We are a private limited company. On the exam day, one of the interesting discussions might be, should we go public? On the exam day, one of the interesting discussions might be, should we go public? Right? One of the discussions for the exam day might be to go public. If you want to expand the business. If you want to expand the business, you might go public because you need a lot of money to be kind of collected for your expansion strategy. Then you can go public. But as at now, we are a private limited company. As at now, we are a private limited company. As at now, we are a private limited company. We are in a country called Lamland, right? How do we sell the products? How do we sell the product? Online only reseller. We are an online only reseller. We sell the products only on the online channel. We'll sell the products only on the online channel. So we don't have a physical brick and mortar retail stores. We don't have physical brick and mortar retail stores. We don't have physical stores. We are selling the products online. We are selling the products online. So back market, we will go and study whether they have the physical retail presence. But we don't. We are selling the products only on online channel. Central distribution center handle procurement, refurbishment, testing, grading, and dispatch. Look at the activities that they do. Look at the activities that they do. Look at the activities that they do. They handle the procurement. Procurement means what? The purchasing old personal computers. Procurement means purchasing new personal computer from the old version. Procurement. Refurbishment. Refurbish means what? You repair it. You repair it. Testing. You test it whether it works. Grading. Grading is very important because we sell them as grade A, B, C. So grade A is refurbished but very high quality, like new. Grade C is refurbished but old, looks old. But you can buy it cheaper. You can buy it cheaper. So grading is very important. Then they do the dispatching as well when the sales is done. When the sales is done, right? So we have 350 employees in the organization. We have 350 employees in the organization in various different departments. 350 employees in the organization. So we do sales channels are website and call center. So other than the website, we have a call center. What is call center? We have a call center that is maintained. You can call and book a laptop, book a used tablet. We will deliver it to them. We will deliver it to them, right? So we have a competitor in our country called FixUp. They are the largest competitor for us. They are very similar business model like us, slightly smaller than us, lower profitability, but that's the competitor that is available, not in the real world, but in the world of the pre-scene. World of the pre-scene, there's a competitor. So now you will see what I'm trying to show you is the KYP. What I'm trying to show is the KYP. So in the KYP, it will be easy for you to understand how we have been operating. Details of the pre-seed is presented in a nicer way in the KYP. So now this slide shows the history of the organization. This slide shows the history of the organization, right? Reset founded as an electronic reseller in 1986. We have been in business since 1986. So how many years we have been in business? How many years we have been in business? We started in 1986. How many years we have been in business therefore? How many years we have been in business therefore? How many years we have been in business therefore? How many years we have been in business therefore? I think 40 years. For 2026, we have been in business for 40 years, right? When you do the exams, they have been in business for 40 years. But we started as a electronic reseller, early focus on home appliance and retail electronic. So we have been in the business for 40 years as a reseller. But 40 years ago in 1986, we started. In 1986, we were reselling home appliances and retail electronic. That is in 1986. That is in 1986. But from 1996, 1995, that is almost after 9 years, almost after 9 years, we decided to concentrate on personal computer reselling. Reselling had been our business for 40 years. We started in 1986. Reselling had been our business. We started in 1986. 1995, we decided to specialize in personal computers. Began specializing in personal computers, peripherals, and the other consumables. And something interesting happened in 2010 We had physical stores then. We closed down all our physical stores by 2010 and decided to concentrate on the move to central distribution and online sales model where sales orders are taken from website and through the call center. So since 2010, now we are in 2026 on the exam day, 16 years, we have been only operating online, which is the website and the call center. Website and the call center. For last 16 years, no physical stores. We had physical stores before. We had physical stores before. We had physical stores before. So exam day, it might be very interesting to ask, should we go back and open some physical stores? Should we go back and open some physical stores? It might give you a added value for your brand. Customers will be able to go to a physical store, check the items. They might order online still. That's okay. They might order online still, but there's a physical store available for them to come and see. They might do the ordering online. They might come into my physical store. Inside the physical store, they will order online. That is okay. Because these sales channels needs to be integrated between the channels. These sales channels needs to be integrated between the channels. What do you mean? What do you mean integrated between the channels? You must be able to go to a physical store and order online. Whatever you order online, you should be able to return it to a physical store. So there can't be arguments, oh, you order online, so don't come here to our physical store. No, no. These sales channel needs to be integrated to each other. These sales channel needs to be integrated to each other. So we had the physical stores before. On the exam day, examiner might ask you to evaluate, should we go back for the physical stores or not? Examiner might ask you to evaluate, should you go back to your physical stores or not? Examiner might ask you to evaluate whether we should go back to the physical stores or not. Now, what is the other uniqueness in this industry? Other uniqueness in this industry is, this industry is very, very sustainable industry. This industry is very, very sustainable industry. What do you mean by sustainable industry? Because of this, e-waste is coming down. When your old laptop is old, you don't need to sell it now. So you don't need to throw it. You can sell it to someone else. You can sell it to someone else. When your old laptop is very, very old, you don't need to throw it. You can sell it to someone else. Since someone else is buying your old laptop, the new laptop manufacturing will come down. You don't need to manufacture a new laptop for that. You don't need to manufacture a new laptop for that. You don't need to manufacture a new laptop for that. So this is a very much a sustainable industry. This is very much a sustainable industry. So you will support the world because there's a huge volume of e-waste that you are helping the world to manage better. There is a huge volume of e-waste that you are helping them to manage better. Now, what I can show you here is the level of e-waste that we see in the world. It is 62 million tons. 62 million tons of e-waste is there in the world for 1 year. 62 million tons of e-waste is there in the world. 62 million. Well, this is impacting the environment. Huge negative impact for the environment. if people try to throw their old personal computers into landfill. Already there is 62 million tons of e-waste annually. And it is supposed to be going up to 82 million by 2030 in 4 years' time. So sustainability aspect is very, very important. And this industry is helping you to be sustainable as well. Now, in 2025, we have done something related to the sustainability goals. In 2025, we have done something related to the sustainability goals. Revenue growth and improved profitability, DC efficiency measure, reduce carbon dioxide equivalent emission by 5%. Courier partnership target 80% of electric vehicle deliveries. So the carbon dioxide emission, it is not only carbon dioxide. There are other chemicals in it, but we are going to talk in the carbon dioxide equivalent. That is why it's a CO2e. CO2 is for carbon dioxide, E is for equivalent. Can you see? CO2e. CO2e is carbon dioxide equivalent. That is how we measure it usually. Carbon dioxide equivalent carbon emission, we are trying to reduce. And 80% of our distribution vehicles will be electric vehicles in the near future. So we are trying to push people to use electric vehicles within the organization whenever we deliver it. Now today, which is 2030, we have a target set for 2030. Net zero target is already set for 2030, which is company target net zero carbon for logistic by 2030. Sustainability is a board agenda item and a sustainable champion role exists. So we have a sustainable champion. We don't have a sustainability director, but we have a sustainability champion. By 2030, net zero carbon for logistic corporation. So we are an organization that is helping the environment, and we have set targets for us to be a sustainable organization. So looks like we are very serious about it. Examiner is very, very serious about it anyway. So there will be exam day questions from this. Right? So as you go on, you will realize there are enough examples that we can talk about. So this is our company. Reset is our company. But you can surely compare Reset with other companies that are in the market now. Reset is a pre-seen company, but there is back market that we have shown you. There is Stone Refurbish in UK. There is a tier 1 online in UK. These are real world companies that is available. So we are trying to compare 3 real world companies with us. So you will see we are very much, like us, there are so many companies in the world. Like us. Right? So if you look at back market, they do consumer electronic items. We don't. If you look at Stone Refurbish, they do laptop, desktop mostly. Tier 1 online, they do laptop, desktops and monitors mostly. And all the real world companies are giving a 1-year warranty, and we don't. All the real world companies are giving a 1-year warranty, and we don't. So I'm sure you have no doubt, but you will need to introduce 1-year warranty, because when your real world companies are doing that, when your company who is in the pre-scene is also doing that, you will find it very difficult to survive in the market. So this is what the KYP is all about. We are going to start your discussions with the KYP and KYI. We are going to start your discussions with the KYP and KYI. We'll try to make it a little bit more entertaining. We'll try to make it a little bit more fun to learn about the industry. We'll try to make it interesting. We'll try to make it kind of little fun to learn about the industry. But KYP and KYI will have to master. KYP and KYI will have to master, because KYI becomes critical because you got to learn about the industry as well. You got to learn about the industry as well. Now, once you finish KYP and KYI, once you're done with the KYP and KYI, then we will go into another section. Then we'll go into another section. So first of all, we start with KYP, number one. Then we'll move into KYI. Third one is what I call DD, which is a deep dive. That's an in-depth analysis of the pricing. That's an in-depth analysis of the pricing. In the KYP, we look at the details given in the pricing in a nicer format for you. But only in the deep dive, we challenge the details given in the pricing. We argue, can they be right? We argue, can they be right? So that happens in the deep dive. Then there is a section called GR. GR stands for ground rules. What are the ground rules of doing this exam on the exam day? What you should be doing more, what you should be doing less. Ground rules. The last one, the fifth one, actually there are 10 sections available. I am trying to take the first five first. So last one in the first five is 5 core activities. That is why it is the fifth one. 5 core activities. So those are the first 5 stages of our studies. There are 10 different stages available, true enough. But these are the first 5 stages that we are going to do with you together. These are the first 5 stages that we are going to work with you together. These are the first 5 stages that we are going to work with you together. There are 10 steps in total, but there are 10 steps in total. There are 10 steps in total. Now, what are the other 5? What are the other 5? You might have some FLP students here who had not done the required theory areas of E2, P2, F2. Or you may have done the required theory areas some time ago, therefore you can't remember anything. You may have done the required theory areas before, but you might be unable to remember anything. Therefore, step number 6 is called refresh theory. We refresh the theory areas of E2, P2, F2. So stage number 6 is called refresh theory. Step number 7 and 8. Step number 7 and 8 is fun. Very, very important. 7 is practice marks. 8 is reality. Practice mock is one mock paper is given for you to see what kind of questions comes. We give the answer for it for you to get a feeling about what kind of answers are expected. Reality is doing mock number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mock number 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 8 mocks available for you to do on our exam engine, which is very, very similar to see my exam engine. That is what you call the reality section. That is what you call the reality section. Then you have a section called a kottu. Section is a mix of various things. Section number 9 is a mix of everything. That will include PI, possible issues. What do you think are the possible issues for exam day? There's a detailed discussion. Power mock. What is power mock? Power mock is all the theory questions that might be there are covered under the power mock. Then a lot of people always complain, look here, F2 is the most difficult subject. Therefore, we give you a separate F2 mock. Other than those 9 mocks. Separate F2 mock. The last section number 10 is called revision and one-to-one support. One-to-one support is whenever you do a mock paper, we'll have one of our lecturers going through your mock paper, showing you what your strengths are, tell them what are the weaknesses, agree a plan with you individually to do a plan of how do you improve yourself. So those are the 10 steps available in our course. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to ask any questions, clarifications from what I did so far. If all clear, if all clear, you can say all clear. If you need to ask any questions, time is yours now. Stage is yours now for you to type any questions available. If all clear, please say all clear. If there are any questions about these 10 steps, please do ask. I'll give you 3 minutes to do that. I'll give you 3 minutes. So no one is saying all clear. Does that mean nothing is clear for you? If all clear, you can say all clear. If not, ask a question so we can clarify. Then we can clarify. So these are the 10 critical steps that we do. These are the 10 critical steps that we do. These are the 10 steps that will be working together with you. These are the 10 steps that will be working together with you. Right? So you got to know what I am going to do. Now, I'll give you a little further details. Next week, we are going to start with KYP. I'll spend a lot of time with the KYP. How do I do it? Live classes like this, I'll explain the KYP. Other than that, I will load a lot of videos about the KYP for you to watch. KYP, I will not go through word to word, but I'll show you many real world examples like I did today. Like I did today. So once we start with the KYP, that is the bulk of the time. KYI is little less time. And I will quickly explain to you the mock number one. I'll quickly explain to you mock number one. Because we are going to go into mocks much faster than usual. We are not going to do a lot of work and go into the mocks. That is not the way to pass. Because you need to practice mocks early. So you get a 3 hour practice. You do the mock paper. You learn from it. You do mistakes. You correct them. So we are going to go into the practice and the reality section faster. Parallel, we will do the refresh theory. Parallel, we will do the refresh theory. If you can't remember E2, P2, F2, don't worry, because all the required E2, P2, F2 areas for this case study will be done by us. Right? Okay. Any questions? If all clear, please say all clear. But if you need to ask questions, please do ask. No one is saying anything. If all clear, please say all clear. But if you need to ask questions, please do ask. No one is responding. Guys, can you please respond fast? Yes, can you please say all clear if it is clear? If not clear, please ask questions so I can move on fast. If it is clear, please say all clear. Then otherwise, please ask questions. So is it the oh, I am getting WhatsApp messages saying that unable to respond in the chat box. My gosh, I'm very sorry. I did not know that. So maybe there's a problem in the chat box. Okay, so that might have been the problem. Okay, sorry. Now it's my fault. Okay, we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out, right? Okay. Uh, so for the time being, if you can't type in the chat box, send me a WhatsApp, right? So my WhatsApp number, or rather my mobile number, uh, is not 777398996, which is there. Send me a. I have opened my WhatsApp here. I open my WhatsApp here, so you can. Either you can type in the group. You can type in the group. We have a WhatsApp group that is already created for you. You can type in the group. So can you say in the WhatsApp group all clear or ask questions? You can say in the WhatsApp group all clear or ask questions. You have my WhatsApp number now. You have my WhatsApp number now. So now the questions are coming in. In this MCS, are they test theory or how apply in the practical situation? Well, the question is coming from Germany. In this MCS, are they test theory or how to apply? Most of the questions are very, very practical. Some theory questions of how to apply. So they will not test your theory knowledge. They are not going to test your theory knowledge. Most of the questions, you don't need a theory knowledge to answer. Most of the questions, you don't need a theory knowledge to answer. Most of the questions are very, very practical questions. Most of the questions are very, very practical questions. But some questions are there related to theory, but that is how do you apply the theory into this current situation. One more question. Now the questions are coming in. Is there a tentative timetable for the class? Yes, there is a tentative timetable for the class. We have our live lectures on Sundays. There are 2 time slots available. Our admin team will update you which time slots applicable for you. And then we will plan every week what you're going to do for the next week. But there's a broader timetable available of the work that we are going to do. So don't forget, you will not be left behind. You will not be in the dark, because we have a WhatsApp group. I am active in the WhatsApp group on daily basis. So we keep updating you of what next to be done. We keep updating you of what next to be done. Right? So that is the question from Janmi that I have answered, Janmi. But tentative time plan is also available. Tentative time plan is also available. Right? Tentative time plan is also available. One more question. F2 is supposed to be the most difficult area. Don't worry. Uh, all the required F2 areas we will be doing with you. All the required F2 areas will be doing with you. There's a question from Fafa. Please, are the power mock an addition to the 8 mocks, 8 reality mock? So one mock is a practice mock. Then we will have a reality mocks. Other than that, we'll have the power mock. But this time for Feb 2026, we will have 11 reality mocks. We'll have 12 reality mocks. 12 reality mocks. So altogether, you should have about 12 reality mock, 1 practice, 1 power mock, altogether about 14 mocks. Altogether about 14 mocks. So you might not be able to do all 14, that I understand. Don't worry. But when you have 14 mocks, depending on your time availability, you will be able to do a lot more work than any other session. This session, Feb 2026, will be having 14 mocks. Right? One more question. What are the weighted percentage of theory part and the calculation part in the final exam? Calculations, no calculations. Calculations, no calculations. No calculations will be available. But maybe about 20% of theory, 80% of practical questions will be there. 20% of theory, 80% of practical questions will be there. Right? 80% of practical questions. When it comes to the scale wise, what is the more weighted area? So I don't want to tell you P2, E2, F2, what are the most critical areas. Don't go by that. But there are some theory areas that will be tested on the exam day, surely. We know them. Because when you look at last 10 years past papers, you know what are the areas that had been tested. Like investment appraisal is tested always. Funding method is tested always. Leadership styles is tested always. Balance scorecard is tested always. Likewise, from all three subject areas, there are some critical areas that will be tested. All those critical areas will be included into our mocks. All the critical areas will be included into our mocks. Right? So usually you get 8 mocks. There are additional 4 mocks available for your support. Right? Okay. So this is what we are going to do. This is what we are going to do. But how do we work this? How do we work together on this? Next week, I'll start with the KYP. I'll go through a lot more details about the pre-sale. I'll go through a lot more details about the pre-sale. During the week, we expect you to do some work. During the week, we expect you to do some work. Like what? Maybe 1 hour a day might be good enough work for you to do. But 1 day a week, you should be free to spend a little bit more hours. It might be Sunday morning, it might be Saturday, it might be Friday, depending on the country where you live in. So once I do the KYP, I'll give you some videos for you to watch during the week. Next week, I'll start with the KYP again. I'll refresh your knowledge, revise your knowledge. On the same day, I will start doing how to manage a mock paper based on the practice mock number 1. Based on the practice mock, which is mock number 1, I will try to have a long discussion with you, arguments with you. How shall we manage a mock paper on the exam day? So after that, you go into mock number 2, mock number 3, mock number 4, mock number 5 on the exam engine. Because that is the reality test for you to see how well am I managing how well am I managing mocks that are very similar to the exam day. Because exam day, exam paper will include 4 sections. Each section is for 45 minutes. It's entirely online paper for 3 hours. You're not going to bring a pen and paper. You're going to type all the answers to a software. When you open that software, examiner is watching you for entire 3 hours. Otherwise, you can keep someone next to me. You can keep me next to me. You can't do that because they're watching you for the entire 3 hours. And the similar experience you will get with Nanaska, because we do have an exam engine similar to the CMAS exam engine. We do have an exam engine similar to CMAS exam engine. Right? So that game starts from the 3rd week itself. That game starts from the 3rd week itself. That game starts from the 3rd week itself, where you start doing mocks. Once you do the mock paper, once you do the mock paper, you send it to us. We will mark the paper, send you the marks. After you get the marks, there will be a live discussion or a recorded video where I will go through that mock paper and show you what you should have done. Then you will get a good understanding of what did you do well, what you did not do well. Then there will be a one-to-one discussion individually with you, because different people got different strengths and different weaknesses. So therefore, we'll tell you what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, one by one, in a one-to-one discussion with you. In a one-to-one discussion with you. So you learn about what needs to change. And you do the improvement from mock number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you become ready by Feb 2026. Go to the exam, go for a very high mark. We shall target to get the highest marks in the world. We shall target to get the highest marks in the world. Is it easy? No, it is not easy. But it'll be nice to set a target, work very hard for it, but sometimes you might not be able to achieve it. It does not matter. You will be happy that you gave a genuine try. You will be happy that you gave a genuine try. Therefore, you should target to be the highest marks in the world. We will discuss it further when we meet from the next week, right? So, whilst you do the mocks, the theory sessions happen. E2, P2, F2. How do we do the theory? You will have live classes for E2, P2, F2. It will be done by our subject experts with Nanaska. But the critical theory areas, I will be revising again and again and again. Critical theory areas, I'll be revising again and again and again. So you are not going to be left aside. You will not have any theory areas that you're struggling or difficult to understand, because we take that responsibility. We start doing the theory areas as you go on. But of course, things like possible issues, things like power mock, things like F2 mock will be icing on the cake. They'll be really helpful for you because they will give you additional knowledge for you. They'll give you additional knowledge for you. During the course, we will get the interim examination report. What do you mean by interim examination report? SEMA is issuing something called an interim examination report, right? That is about November 2025 exams. The full examination report will be issued after your exam, unfortunately. Full examination report will be issued after your exam. Full examination report looks like this. So these are past, old, full examination report. The past, old, full examination report. Which one is this? These are May and August 2025. November 2025 and Feb 2026 full examination report will be issued after your exam. But before this full examination report comes in, before this full examination report comes in, we will have an interim examination report from the examiner. We will surely go through the interim examination report with you as well. Learning from the past papers is a critically important skill. Learning from the past papers is a critically important skill. But you can't go through the past papers because it will be from a different industry. You got to learn an entirely different industry. Therefore, we take that responsibility where we do many videos based on the past paper videos. Past papers. We do a video on the past. In the video, we give you little details about the precedent that are important for you to understand the questions given on the exam. We are not going to explain the precedent again because it will be a different interest. And we explain the questions and answers as to how that past paper examination report can be helpful for your case study. I will do live sessions, but the recorded videos are available. But there's one report which is called examination report. This is on the page number 167 of the examination report. There, examiner will tell us why did people fail. Examiner will tell you why did people fail. So therefore, we go through this document in detail to identify what was the challenge for most students. So assuming you have similar challenge and how we can counterattack that. This is May and August, May and August 2025 examination report, post-examination booklet, examination report on the page number 168. Page number 168. These are latest full examination report available till you do your exam. So this will tell you why did people were struggling to get a very good mark for the May and August. Most likely the same reasons will be applicable for you all. So we read this and we try to argue with you how do we not do similar mistakes on the exam day. So I'm going to go through this document next week. But since we are here, we can spend little time on this. Not long, little time. From the candidate's perspective, the key to scoring well is to read and then answer the question. My gosh, what is that? Read it? You mean to say students are answering the questions without reading the questions? You mean to say students are answering the questions without reading the questions? Of course, students do read the questions. But in most cases, they don't understand the question. Therefore, they answer a slightly a different question. Examiner is very, very rude in that. Examiner will say, you did not answer my question. Therefore, see you again in May 2026. So we got to correct that. That is why it is very, very important for you to read the question slowly. That is why you got to explain the questions to yourself again and again in your own language what this question is all about. All those tactics are combined into exam guideline session that I do. Exam guideline session is how to manage an exam paper. This is what examiner has been saying every year for last 20 years. For last 20 years. So last 20 years we are giving a fight. We had very good results because students sometimes are in a hurry. Students sometimes think this question is what I know of. So they answer a question that is in their mind, not on the exam paper. So we'll work together to ensure that mistake is corrected. We'll work together to ensure that mistake is corrected. The expectation is that candidate will be familiar with the context of the company and the industry from their prior study. Right? From their prior study. It is important to address the specific requirements set in the each task. Higher marks are awarded to fuller answers that are relevant and correct. A specific exam requirement you need to answer. Specific exam requirement you need to answer. And if you want bad news, examiner is saying F2 is the most difficult area. That is because a lot of people try to memorize F2. Don't memorize F2. I'll be explaining you the most critical F2 areas as we go on. I'll be explaining to you the most critical F2 areas as we go on. We are at Nanaska, we are the case study specialists. We are the case study specialists. Here we have the highest number of FLP case study registrations, not for one session, but more. That is because we are the case study specialists. We have a course that is unmeasurable by anyone else. So many mock exams, so many live sessions, so many support sessions, so many past paper review, detailed discussion on possible issues, power mocks to refresh your theory knowledge after doing the theory. F2 is supposed to be most difficult, so we spend a lot of time on F2. We my F2 lecturer will do the F2 theory. I will revise the critical theory. Then you have F2 mock available of most likely F2 questions. Then we do a past paper review on F2 questions separately. Past paper review on F2 questions separately. On top of that, our mocks will include what are the likely F2 questions available. So we have a unmeasurable case study course available. We are the case study specialist. In addition, I want to be absolutely flexible. When you join the course, if you have a difficult area, send me a WhatsApp message, type a message to the WhatsApp group. We will help you personally. You might come up and say, I don't understand IFRS 17. I don't understand IFRS. What is this IAS 36, 37, 38? What is this IAS 36, 37, 38? IAS 38, intangible assets. IAS 37 is the contingent liability contingent. IAS 36 is the impairment of assets. Why it is 36, 37, 38? Why it is in that order? I don't know. But you can come and ask any questions. If you ask for additional clarification, additional sessions, additional documents, additional support, we'll give it to you. We will surely give it to you. My name is Channa Gunawardana. I'm the lead lecturer for Nanaska. I do teach MCS with Mr. Mark. You know Mr. Mark. I do MCS with Mr. Mark. I do SCS with Mr. Ali. We are the case study specialists. I work for a public listed company in Sri Lanka. We sell our products in 50 different countries all over the world. I'm the chairman of government gas company. I'm the chairman of government gas company. I'm the CEO executive director of a public listed company for many years. My experience in the public sector being the chairman, my experience being the CEO executive director in the private sector, that is what Seema wanted to know. So I will be sharing my experience. I'll be sharing what happened in the private sector in the boardrooms. I'll be sharing when you go for a new investment, what happened. I'll be sharing when we try to set up our operations in America, what happened to us. Because the examiner will say we should go to a different country and set up our operation. What are the practical challenges available? What I share from my experience becomes more important for you to pass the management level case study for Feb 2026. Management level case study for Feb 2026. So join with us at Nanaska. My name is Channa Gunawardana. My mobile number is there. If you want any clarification, you can always send SMS. Please do send an email to info@nanaska.com for the registration. Info@nanaska.com. Did I type it right? Nanaska? Yes, looks like right. Uh, uh, Send an email now. Do the registration so we can start the game from next Sunday. That's all what I wanted to do today. That's all what I want to share with you today. So you can relax. Pre-scene is available for you to read if you want, or learn about the use personal computer market. Google about the personal computer market. So you will refresh your knowledge. Even if not, don't worry. I'll be doing all that next week. So thank you very much for joining with us, joining with the case study specialist, joining with me. But the real game starts from the next week. I'm looking forward to work together and ensure you pass. I'm going to stop it now. Now I'm going to stop unless you have any questions. So if you have any questions, my WhatsApp is open to answer. We will take 60 seconds to see any questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Nothing? Well, you have my WhatsApp number. You can send me a question after. Maybe after the session, tonight, tomorrow, I shall be answering them and helping you to pass the case study with us. So we go beyond passing you on the exam day. Nanaska's purpose is to build better leaders for the world. Our purpose is to build better leaders for the world. build better leaders for the world. Therefore, we do a lot of leadership training for you. Most of them are free. We have a program called Your Life is Your Life. You can join for that program just after exams, where we talk about how the 21st century leadership works, how to live a happy life. And we help you to find jobs because we have Nanaska Connect. Nanaska Connect will help you to find jobs. And we have a lot of leadership programs available because our purpose is to build better leaders. Of course, for you to be a better leader, for us to build better leaders, you should be professionally qualified. So passing exams is absolutely critical, but that does not end there. How do we train you to be better leaders? We will do a lot of work on that as well. If you're in Sri Lanka, we have a library here. You can come and study. You can come and study. There are books available. You can come and study. There are classrooms available if you want to sit in the classroom. There's a boardroom available if you want to come and do the work. You can just send us an email and do that. That's the end of it. Thank you very much. Good night. Goodbye. See you on next Sunday. Take care. Goodbye. You can say